Welcome to the Lockdown Economy, a series of interviews by the think tank AlterContacts, where the real entrepreneurs share their insights. My name is Julia Skupchenko, and today my guest is Dave van der Aar, the owner and head barista of Coffee on Wheels, Amsterdam. Hello, Dave. How are you?
Hi, Julia. I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Amsterdam, and it's a bit of a rainy day, but I'm doing really good. I just had my espresso, so then I'm feeling good.
Excellent. How many did you have before this interview?
Not that
one?
many. I don't drink a lot of coffee, but I already had two, so
Okay.
it's quite fun.
Okay. I'll be prepared. All right, so I guess we're gonna jump straight into it. Well, Coffee on Wheels is sort of self-explanatory, but I would like to hear more about the idea and what is the business.
Well, Coffee on Wheels Amsterdam was founded around about 5 years ago at the end of 2015, and we are a mobile espresso catering business. So we bring joy, happiness, and an excellent cup of coffee to any location in and around Amsterdam, but also furthermore throughout the Netherlands. Yeah.
And I can subscribe to that idea of joy and happiness because we had a chance to work together in the past. You know, you came to one of our not more than one of our events, and it made it classy and fun at the same time. So that's quite a nice combination. Also distracts people from content quite well. So I recommend it for events that need a really nice, good distraction. All right. So you started 5 years ago. And of course, your business has a lot to do with events, with meeting people, with being somewhere out with people. So tell me, how did the lockdown affect you?
As soon as we went into lockdown, our agenda was running empty. So all the meetings and all the appointments were canceled, and it made us quite nervous actually, because we didn't know what was going to happen. What was the
what
how
was
it
the
was
future and how long it will be, right?
yeah, exactly. So that made us quite nervous. But then again, we are quite a small company. Me and my other barista and my partner. We said, well, it's going to be not fine, but we were worried. But our business is quite small, so as soon as the lockdown happened, it was quite easy to cut some cost. And
So if we compare, for example, so the idea is the catering of coffee and tea to different events mainly. And of course, your competition has bigger companies, you know, maybe more staff, you know. So how does that compare? So was there an advantage to being a small agile company?
I think yes and no. For being a small company, what we also realized after a couple of days, and also a couple of the first 2 weeks, is that we got something back, and that is a lot of free time, and we actually loved it. We love to spend time with our family and with spending much more time with each other. And that's what I actually chose for, because before I started Coffee on Wheels, I was working in the hospitality industry, in the hotel industry, and I had a management job, and it was long days, always very stressful. After 10 years, I had a burnout, and then I decided after the burnout, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to start my own business, and that was the best choice I ever made. Being an own entrepreneur, making your decisions by yourself, and also choose to have less stress and have more free time running a small company, because that's what life for me should be.
And so the lockdown actually became an opportunity for you to spend more time with the family, have the free time. And because I know that from our experiences in the past that you never say no to a customer, to potential customer. I remember calling you the night before the event saying that we are out of coffee. There has to be something. And you were there just the morning at 6 a.m. next day, preparing everything. So I guess even though you have your own business, and it is more freedom, and it is much less stressful than the hotel industry, hospitality industry. You are running a pretty busy business, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's really busy, and as you say, somebody can pick up the phone, or you receive an email for being there the next day at 6 a.m. Yeah. And being such a small company, it's really easy to make quick decisions. And because we run everything from beginning to end, we are in contact with, in personal contact with our clients. We know them personally, and that is, I think, the advantage for being small.
Of course, and it's good that you mentioned the clients, because I was going to ask you, so how are they doing? I mean, you are taking a break because they are not in the position right now to order your services, but do you know how they're doing?
Yes. The first, after the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when the dust settled down, I really felt, okay, what am I going to do? And then the first thing I wanted to do is give them a ring, to call my clients, to ask them how they are doing, how the business is doing, how they see the future. And the answer that I got back is that everybody is actually in the same position. No events, all the events are going to be canceled, marketing budgets are cut. But they really, really appreciated, the phone call. And
the personal touch,
the personal touch. And I didn't ask them for business. I just wanted to let them know that we are going to survive this crisis. We are a healthy company. So we were going to be there in the future. And of course, we wrote a protocol how to cater our coffee business on a safe way. And we have sent it to them. And it actually pays off, because the last 1.5 weeks, I already received new bookings, which are really small, just for 20, 30 people. But the first few bookings are coming in. And
that's excellent. It's a great start. I mean, I think it's the first business that I'm talking to, besides the marketing or the online promotion type of businesses, that is actually but a business in an events industry that is receiving orders. So fingers crossed. I hope it goes ahead. I hope everything will go smoothly, and people will be just as happy to see you there with the beautiful espresso set and the beautiful setting that you do, and the aromatic coffees. I'm a bit selling you here, because I was really your contribution really saved my event. So but if we talk about maybe before the lockdown, before you started your business, you went from hospitality to Coffee on Wheels. What was the thinking behind the coffee, and what was the thinking behind Coffee on Wheels? So is that your passion? Tell me more about that.
Well, I just told you about my burnout at the end of my hospitality industry. And then during my burnout, I realized what I didn't want, but also what I really wanted to do. And my two passions are coffee and being in touch with clients. So I call it hostmanship. So that makes me happy. And to combine those two, I could have started working in a coffee shop, but I got the opportunity to start my own business. And as I said before, that is the best decision I ever made. Yeah.
And how did the idea of wheels come into play?
Well, it was one of the options that I got, and then but this was the only option for being an own entrepreneur, and it was quite easy. You only start with one Piaggio, which is a small van with a coffee machine inside and a grinder inside, and I started with that. So that was quite a small step. It was a risk, but a small risk to take, and it turned out really well. I didn't have any staff anymore. I didn't have to tell anybody what to do, and that's what I needed in the beginning. And then the business started to grow every year. We bought another Piaggio with 2 espresso machines inside for bigger events. We bought 2 mobile espresso bars so we can also go into offices. And so the business was growing. And when we look around us, success is, when you talk about success, is how much revenue did you do? How many employees do you have? We actually wanted to grow and grow and grow. That's like the standard of the last years. Mm-hmm. But for us, it's different. We call it actually minimalistic entrepreneurship. Keep it small, keep it simple, being very personal, and then we can do what we love most, and that is exceeding experiences, bringing joy, bringing happiness, bringing also a good cup of coffee on a personal way. And therefore clients book us again and again, and therefore we also have trust in the future that clients will come back.
That's a great story, and it's also a great message, I think, to many entrepreneurs out there who especially try to work on the cold market where they don't know people, and they don't, sometimes they underestimate the value of that one-on-one connection, and how much confidence, I think, as you said, it gives to have the trust between you and your clients. And will you have any kind of well, maybe not an event, maybe something where you just come out with your Piaggio, with the little coffee van, somewhere in Amsterdam in the coming months, just for yourself, just for the entertainment?
Not right now, because we didn't have any events. We started a collaboration with a small coffee shop just here in Amsterdam. They are closed for 3 days a week, and we drive the Piaggio in front of their terrace. So the coffee shop is actually open 7 days a week. So we sell coffee on the street now for 3 days a week, which is not generating a lot of revenue. It helps on a monthly basis. But I also see it as we are still doing what we love. You are busy with your with making coffee, but also speaking to a lot of pedestrians, people who have their own businesses. Everybody is in it the same, and you can ask a lot of questions. How they are doing, if they're working from home, what they miss the most, and I really believe that that will help us in the future. That the people that I meet right now, I'm going to meet them definitely in the future for an event or anything that has got to do with coffee.
Yeah, that's an excellent way to get some insights, I think. Well, I'm doing this to find out what's happening in the world. And indeed, if you have an espresso set and you can be out there in touch with people, and you can really get to know what's happening behind the exterior. So tell me shortly, what is the outlook for your company on the coming months beyond the 2 bookings, the 3 bookings, and the working in the coffee place?
Well, we know that we are a healthy company. We will survive this crisis. We know what our strengths are, so that gives us confidence. We know that the clients that we know will book us in the future, but still, the crisis isn't over yet, so we don't know what the future actually will bring us. But yeah, what I actually forgot to tell is that the time that we also that we have right now, it gave me another thing, and that was my associate, my business partner asked me, "What do you want to do the most?" And I didn't hesitate for a moment, and I wanted to learn because I studied online marketing, which is quite an important part of my business. But I never took the time to do that. So building an online community, making sure, that you know how your website is working, which is really, really important. That is very interesting to learn. So I will, continue that. Keep on learning. Now in online marketing, but then maybe something else occurs. We don't know what life, what the business will bring, but we have confidence that, that it will be all right. Yeah.
That's great. And it's an excellent point about the self-development and learning the other parts that are essential for your business, not just the joy of making coffee and sharing it with the client, but thinking behind before somebody becomes your client. Excellent. So thank you very much, Dave. Thank you for sharing your story with us today.
You're more than welcome. And just to add one more thing, coffee connects. So whatever happens in the future, we will drink coffee. People will, love to speak with each other. Now we can't have a cup of coffee together, but I'm sure we will have that in the future. And because that will never change, we have a lot of confidence. So thanks a lot.
Perfect. And I take it as an invitation to visit one of your Piaggio events in the future. So of course, I highly recommend Dave to anyone who is watching this video if you have events that need to be a success. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. If you want to connect with Dave, his details will be in the description below the video. And I invite you to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel. In the coming weeks, we're going to have many more insights to share with you. So stay tuned and bye.